Yes, good evening. After 3.5 years in post and days of speculation, today Steven Gerrard officially left Rangers. He was unveiled as the new manager of the English Premier League side Aston Villa this morning. Gerrard guided Rangers to last season's Scottish Premiership title undefeated and prevented Celtic winning 10 championships in a row. He joins Villa on a 2.5-year deal. Well, with more, Louise Scott is outside Ibrox for us tonight. Louise.
Well, the lure of moving to a top-flight club in England has proved to be too big for Steven Gerrard. Aston Villa have been seeking to appoint a new manager since the sacking of Dean Smith at the weekend, and they moved quickly to secure Gerrard as their new head coach. Well, in a statement, Gerrard expressed his sincere gratitude to everybody at Rangers for giving him an opportunity to manage an iconic football club, adding helping them secure a record-breaking 55th league title will always hold a special place in his heart. Well, fans here at Ibrox have been giving us their reaction to Gerrard's departure.
Absolutely devastated. I think he was doing a good job for us, and I think we were going the right road, but I don't know what's going to happen for our future.
Very, very disappointed, very surprised that it's happened now. We're top of the league. We've got a semi-final against Hibs, and we've got the Sparta Prague game coming up. So there's a lot of big games in the next few weeks, so I'm very, very surprised at how quickly everything's developed.
Well, I was a bit shocked actually when I heard that. I didn't think he would go. I thought he would have stayed a wee bit longer with Rangers and kind of get a few more years' experience there.
Well, Rangers are now tasked with trying to find Gerrard's successor, with former player Giovanni Van Bronckhorst the early front runner to succeed Gerrard. Their next game is a League Cup semi-final at Hampden next weekend against Hibs.
Louise, many thanks. Yes, it'll be interesting to see who gets that job. Now, Scotland boss Steve Clarke has warned the job isn't done yet as they prepare to face Moldova. A win would put Scotland into the World Cup qualifying playoffs, and Clarke has urged his men to take a step closer to Qatar 2022. But they'll have to do it without Scott McTominay. He's been ruled out with a virus. From Moldova, Sheila McLaren reports.
This is the venue for Scotland's next challenge and the one that could take them a big step closer to the World Cup. Steve Clarke and his side trained at their camp in Spain this morning before making their way to Chisinau. But they'll be without Scott McTominay, who was sent home with a throat virus.
I looked at the squad. Obviously you can think about calling someone up, but we have good cover at centre-back and good cover in midfield. So yeah, it's disappointing to lose Scott, but it's going to be a big chance for someone else to play in the team. And we've put ourselves in a really good position, but we haven't finished the job yet. So it's to stay focused, stay humble.
Moldova are bottom of the group with just a point so far this campaign, while Scotland have won their last 4 games.
We've had big challenges, we've had setbacks in games that we've came back from relatively well from, but it's important we don't take that for granted. We know what's at stake, everyone at home knows what's at stake, and it's important that we put in a performance that's good enough to get the 3 points.
While some fans came by charter flight, others took a more scenic route, and they're feeling pretty optimistic the journey will be worth it.
We were at the World Cup in '98 and we've missed World Cups. The Euros are one thing there, but the World Cups are so much bigger. They're gigantic, aren't they? So we're desperate to go to one.
Complete faith in Stevie Clarke's men. Totally, we know we've got to do this on tomorrow night because we don't want to have to do it against Denmark on Monday night.
Relatively confident. Yeah, confident. I think obviously a couple of players missing tomorrow night, but I think the guys have now been there. They know what they need to do this time round.
Officially, it will be one of Scotland's smallest ever away crowds, with only 300 tickets made available to the Tartan Army. Although I think a few more will be inside here tomorrow night. And they'll be hoping to witness another special occasion for Steve Clarke's side and start dreaming of the World Cup. Sheila McLaren, STV News in Chisinau.
How good did that plane ride look? To the national rugby team now, and Gregor Townsend says South Africa will be his side's biggest challenge in the past 2 years. Townsend makes 4 changes from the victory over Australia. Here's Jamie Borthwick.
Preparing for one of the biggest challenges in Test match rugby. South Africa bring physicality like no one else. And having been part of the British and Irish Lions coaching staff that lost the summer series to the world champions, Gregor Townsend knows exactly what to expect.
Probably our biggest challenge over the last 2 years that we faced when you take on one of the top sides in the world champions, have been number one in the world. I think they're just off number one now, but we know they've beaten the Lions twice, they've beaten the All Blacks twice. So this is a great game for this group, and it's a one-off game. There's no thoughts back to the summer.
Matt Scott makes his first Scotland start for 4 years, and there are recalls for Rufus McLean on the wing and Stuart McAnally in the front row. But it's flanker Nick Haining's inclusion at the expense of star man Hamish Watson, which has caught fans by surprise.
He plays with an edge when he gets an opportunity to play for Edinburgh or Scotland, and he's very skillful. We feel the balance with him there this week gives us something different, and the knowledge that Hamish, who was one of our best players last year and before that in previous seasons, can provide something different off the bench when he gets called upon.
Last week's win over the Wallabies has put Scotland in the autumn limelight. They'll need an even bigger performance this Saturday if they're to defeat the Springboks for only the 6th time in history.
Well, that's all from me this evening. Chris will be here tomorrow with all the latest from Scotland's crucial match in Moldova.